Okay, so I think I've come upon my final tile card. Um, I might even just show it off for the sake of if I can. For the sake of my Twitch audience who can't appreciate the title card. Here you go. Pretty proud of how it turned out. I like it a lot better than trying to do this like super widescreen thing between sandwich between non-binary and trans flags. So I just figured. I mean, I put a fair amount of thought into the way it's presented. Well, there's a few things I want to talk about the title card. So the one of the ideas I had like initially was to have, you know, basically kind of a variation of what I already had, where I had, you know, the non-binary flag at the top and the trans flag at the bottom, and then it would be spread love with the trans flag kind of overlaid there, or the non-binary flag, and then not hate would be the would be have a trans flag in the background. But I realized like, oh well, that's gonna suggest that like I like this is how my brain works anyway, and I'm pretty sure this is a way that a fair number of people who like read into things a little too much than they need to would read into it and be like, oh, like you're just implying that the transgender community is being hateful. So I'm like, no, that's not what I'm implying. So I'm like, okay, let's just have spread be non-binary, love be the trans flag, and then not hate be red. Because that's how I came upon the design. The way I decided to lay it out. Another like fun fact is that how the background image has exactly 64 colors. I've recently decided that like to just make my pixel art type stuff more a little closer to like a 16-bit type of image, especially since, you know, the mascot is for the past like 4 or 5 years. There was a turning point in the channel where I upgraded the mascot to look more like a 16-bit mascot. By adding a little bit more color depth to it. So I decided, you know, I like my artwork to, you know, look kind of better in general, or kind of have some balance between. Because originally I was trying to go for the idea of using actual like limited color palettes that like the NES and Game Boy Color and the Sega Master System would have, and that can kind of work, but it also just kind of can not really look very nice. So I recently kind of come to the idea that like, okay, I'm just gonna move out the color palette. But the thing is that Whimsy's hair is very pink. It is, you know, and I like her pink hair. I want her pink hair to stand out. So like when so basically I, you know, took this, actually decided to basically shrink down the image to about like 180 height. Then I cut it out with no anti-aliasing, so that it would, we wouldn't get like any weird stuff when we lower the color depth. And actually, you see her hand here is, although, oh yeah, she's wearing the blue glove, so that's fine. But anyway, when I say this as a 17 color Pinnick file, with the 17th color being transparent. Without doing anything else, it would be the pink would be just muted. It would, the export would favor the colors everywhere else, and it would kind of wash out the pink. So I'm like, okay, I will go through and select all the pink parts of her hair, and you can actually kind of see it with the glasses. What part of the glasses that overlays the pink is kind of its own thing, for better or worse. Basically, I could have tried to make the glasses, but I figured the color would kind of go through. I don't know. That'd be the one thing I kind of would maybe like to change. Maybe in a future version of it, I'll try and sample a color from here, and then make the glasses part match that. I don't know. It's probably a very minor detail. But anyway, yeah, I selected just the hair and exported that. I think is a 5.6. No, it was a 5 color. I think. I'm pretty sure that there's a 5 color layer with just the hair. Then I had just everything else as a 15 color thing. Then I took the screenshot I took of the Hogwarts from the intro, and I made that a 16 color thing. I decided to go ahead and use diffusion because it makes the sky look better. And it looks better in general. This one does not use diffusion. It just uses raw color limitations. For Whimsy herself. Then I slap it together and then export that as a 32 color image, and blam, and I add the text and everything, and you get a title card. So back to the disclaimer. Basically, to sum it up, we do not support J.K. Rowling's harmful views about the trans community. We're playing this out of love of the Wizarding World setting, and to support the developers, and to kind of weaponize, for lack of a better word, Rowling's own creation to promote love and acceptance and all of that. TLDR, basically, for the disclaimer. I also just don't believe in boycotts as a concept. Especially given how well this game is sold. Like there's some diffusion of guilt going on, but like it's beyond that. It's just in my mind, this game is going to be a drop in the bucket of J.K. Rowling's coffers, and you know, I don't know. Like, if you feel it's harmful, that's you know, you do what you want to do. You look at what I'm doing and like say, oh, well, I'm not really I'm not really an ally because I am supporting a game that happens to support a transphobic person. Like, fine. I will still consider myself to be an ally because I know in my heart that that's what that I believe that people should do whatever they want to do, and be respected for what they uh, for who they are, and as long as it's not hurting anyone else. Yeah. I also feel like to some extent, like Rowling probably means well. That's weird. What the heck is this? I discovered a new button. Is that a Is this a mic button? Maybe? I have no idea. I'm assuming this is a button that indicates whether or not the built-in mic is live. Um, oh, I need to actually find each landmark. Okay. And then something will happen. Um, Crap. I didn't save the damn image I took of the map. This is basically a scavenger hunt. And there's some kind of a mirror. Is this? Hmm. Is it all in this room or is it all in this general area? Is that it? There's something.
Revelio.
The field guide page. Painting depicts a young orphan wizard Ilias, who famously saved his entire village from an army of Dementors and a dark wizard Razadon by conjuring a mouse Patronus. Hey, we completed a that's not the second landmark. That may be the third landmark? Oh, wait. Huh. Okay. I think I may have just completely left the,
Even if I knew how to get into it.
No? Huh. How do I get there? Is the question. Okay, this might be the area.
There's the fountain. I'm getting closer.
Okay.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Moll, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Why would Professor Moll conjure flying keys?
What I heard is that it had something to do with keeping Peeves out of things. But that may or may not be true. He's a poltergeist. I thought they could go almost anywhere.
Surely you'll be trying to complete the challenge as well.
I've tried, and I can't even get past the first cabinets. Perhaps you'll have better luck. I'd love to know what's in the cabinets.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them. I hope you follow a few keys at least. If you manage to open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
We're not doing that right now. We're doing the other thing. I just wanted to...
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Okay, huh. That's locked.
This stairwell looks promising.
Okay.
My parents were thrilled to hear that Black was being put in charge.
This looks like the portrait from the map. Now, where's the treasure? Revelio.
Well, that's freaky. The portrait has depth.
Revelio.
Discover the painting's secret.
Wonder.
I need to do Lumos, which I need to equip first.
Lumos.
Okay, that's clearly something we're not meant to be able to do. I don't think. I think we're meant to look at painting from this angle.
Revelio. Lumos.
It's Lumos, not Lumos. I have no freaking clue.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso.
Huh. Okay.
Accio.
Ah.
Aha! There was a doorway hidden within the portrait.
Wat de top of it gaan sus.
I wonder what came of Arthur's search.
Okay.
Professor Weasley must be exhausted doing her job as well as the headmaster.
Oh, my exams.
Puppy. Pardon me.
We'd have more fun in our dorm. And then the werewolves join the goblins in the upright.
Made any progress with your treasure map?
Hello, Arthur. Thought you might like to know that my map led to a doorway hidden within a portrait.
Oh, how clever! Mine led to the boathouse. Barely found the treasure before I saw the headmaster coming. He shooed me out of there, but not before I got a few galleons richer. What did you find?
I found what I believe is an authentic historian's uniform.
Oh, that's lucky. Seems as though we both had success. Glad I enlisted you to join me. Well, on to the next Hogwarts mystery. Wonder if a quick rummage round Weasley's office might yield anything interesting.
Now I gotta look at the Dalian keys. Let's see, what am I'm looking here. That's a geometric house cloak. And also, there you go. I can just make it look like the house phonetic robe. I did I actually see it. It looks pretty cool. I see a Pedic historian's uniform. Okay. It's the a robe appearance. It looks pretty cool, but I kind of at some point I might have to do a Gryffindor playthrough. Not sure if it'll be on stream. Invisible robes. I don't think that's John Cleese. We'll probably actually properly run into him at some point. Because he's freaking John Cleese, and...
A Daedalian key. Wonder where it might lead me.
I just, like, run into it? Okay. Okay. I'm already at my destination. Oh, that's great. Oh.
There's the cabinet. How do I get this key in there?
By pressing the square button? Oh. This is so...
Yes.
Hey!
An old coin. Perhaps Nellie knows what it means.
Looks like a Ravenclaw coin.
Off on another adventure, are we?
able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Hello, Nellie. I managed to get a Daedalian key into its lock.
Brilliant. What did you find in the cabinet?
A curious token of some sort.
Looks like some sort of house token. I bet it unlocks house chests. I call them house chests. I've seen the one in Gryffindor and heard they're also in the other common rooms as well. Keep an eye out. I do hope you continue on. For so much effort, the prize must be something grand.
I should see this through and find the Ravenclaw house chest.
I always feel quite safe in Hogsmeade. It's your own fault.
So weird that like our walk speed gets slower in some places.
Not sure who felt it more, me or her.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
This must be my house chest. Seems I'll need to find more house tokens if I'm to open this. Quite a few by the look of it.
Wow. Huh. Oh, dang it. This is one of those completionist quests.
With my siblings. A bit violent, but Father says it's a good way to get out our frustration.
Wonder how Sharp injured his leg. I'd wager it was something to do with his time as an aura. You should hear Sharp talk.
Yeah, this is just
It's a wonder, Onai.
looked upon.
What's to say stars no more?
have to wait. Just fall asleep here. Just have a nap until morning.
Ah, there you are.
You didn't notice me when you came in?
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Heckert.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But, Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
Okay. I'm hoping I'm hoping the game in general has no mandatory stealth section unless we have a cloak of invisibility. A cloak of invisibility mechanic would be interesting.
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
I hope this is not like this might just completely kill my interest and enthusiasm for this game. I despise stealth sections in games. Other Worlds was pretty good. Like that's the actual like general stealth mechanics were kind of iffy, but the way like the shroud mechanic was pretty cool. But there's
Sebastian, there you are.
I was
no
hoping to
mandatory
see you.
stealth section.
I was in the Three Broomsticks after patrol attack and saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow. Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
Seems he's working with Ranrock. And Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this portkey.
A portkey? To Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there. Anyway, we ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section.
You can't be serious.
Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've probably said too much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me. Whatever it is.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight. And tell no one.
What will happen if we're caught in the restricted section?
Detention, no doubt. But a word of caution or two will help. For one, avoid Peeves, the poltergeist. Aside from wanton destruction of property, he loves nothing more than telling on the likes of us.
How concerned should I be about the librarian?
Madam Scribner doesn't take kindly to clandestine activities taking place amongst her precious books. So do all that you can to avoid her. She and I have had our entanglements, but I can hold my own against her. You may not be so lucky.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
Oh, I'm dreading this so much. Like,
See
why can't we
there?
just wait?
That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
Okay. This is... I'm pretty sure this is the mandatory stealth section. We'll like see how... Oh, Wingardium Leviosa is an entirely different, huh. Entirely different spell from, Leviosa. Because Levioso is like just raising things straight up, was Leviosa is more of a manipulation ability. Again, why can't we just wait and skip over this entire...
We must remain unseen.
Yep, it's stealth or die.
I shall pretend I cannot see you.
I wish I had freaking quick save. I wish I had so bad. I'm not sure if it actually like saves our exact location in the middle. It might take us to the start of the quest again.
Blast. The librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
Wait, why do we need a key? Isn't there a spell for this?
Alohomora. That's how I always used to get in. But the librarian twigged that I knew the spell and cast an anti-Alohomora charm on the lock. So now it's just this key. But don't worry. I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
Is someone there? Is that you, Peeves?
The key. Here it is. That wasn't so difficult after all. Now, to find that book.
Saving again. This might be entirely pointless. We're just not going to interact with that because... Are you freaking kidding me? Don't add other niggles to this damn
Ghost,
thing.
Don't let her see you.
Must we approach at all hours of the day and night?
Well, we figured out how. Try again. Where the friggin' heck are we? Okay, we're.
Quietly now.
Bring this where we saved. Go see through invisibility?
Ghost, don't let her see you.
This is gonna give me a heart attack.
Should be in the clear now. No need for us to be skulking about. I'll be quieter than...
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else has given up.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No! We've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
Search. That's interesting. We could actually open that one.
Who have we here? Sebastian Solo and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty, you'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't
I'm going to tell, I'm going to tell, I'm going to tell.
Pretty sure that's scripted.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
I'm going to trouble.
Wait, I don't want you getting into trouble for me.
I have a way with the faculty when it comes to disciplinary matters. Besides, I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search. Now, where has that damned poltergeist got to?
I know just the spell to repair this armor.
Wait, now I have to friggin'... This game's probably a little better on PC.
Reparo.
Okay.
Of course. Traces of ancient magic. There must be more to this. That's it. Where might this lead?
Our first, like, real load screens in a while. Well, we're going that direction. That's one of those leap of faith sections. That stealth section wasn't too bad. We only got caught once. Apparently, there's either checkpoints built in, or you can save manually. And if we're playing on PC, we probably have quick saves.
Revelio.
Ah, I need to wake up that rune over there.
Accio. Incendio.
Do I need to use... Oh. Standard spell, okay.
Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
Oh. Whoa! Ancient magic healers are successfully attacking or take damage. Successful plus 10 plus hits combos will begin generating ancient magic power-ups. Collecting these will greatly fill your ancient magic meter to collect, remember, and recover a small amount of health. At least one segment of the ancient magic meter is full, cast devastating ancient magic attacks. So deal massive damage and break shield charms. Tap L1 R1 when you see the prompt over an enemy's head. Do I need to, like... copy that over here? I don't see a thing though. Might just be. What's this? Akio, whatever that is. Oh, that wears off, huh? And we die. We need to sprint.
This must be the way forward. But to where? The frig? Okay. Do we need to find a walkthrough? Are you freaking? Oh, okay. This is dumb. Or is this like? Okay, I think it's gonna hit multiple times. Nearly there. Best keep my wits about me.
F5. Come on. It'll work even though it's not even attached to my PlayStation 5. Come on. Is there... Huh, I had to look up whether or not there's any kind of quick save feature. Right. Potato is potato. pretty sure this was the. I haven't played a lot of the Spider-Man games, but I'm pretty sure this was like based on. Actually, partly off memory, I think.
It is a book after all.
That is a good way to like implement dodge mechanics. Because just having like some enemies will, you know, telegraph. I need to get some more water. But I'm just gonna go ahead and before I go get some water. Just some enemies have like a telegraph, but it's really difficult to. There's a lot of trial and error usually involved in figuring out what the telegraph is, like within their animation, and then even then, like you have to like figure out, okay, like what's the exact timing to dodge, and generally speaking, I don't maybe for that reason, I don't like dodge mechanics that much in games. Like, I just don't usually use them. Like, it's just... it's reflexes, it's trying to... you know, figure out exactly which moment, you know, different enemies had different telegraphs, and it usually there may not even be that much work put into making the telegraphs obvious or intuitive to the player. So just having an actual proper telegraph built in, where the telegraph is like a mechanic, and it's like there, like you have a button prompt, basically, literally, to defend or to dodge. Like that's, you know, if I were reviewing this, it would be an information positive, like overwhelmingly. I'm not sure if there'd be any positive. Like, it could be a positive to both information and interaction, which are my two like vectors for reviewing. I'm gonna go ahead and actually take a bathroom break while I'm up and about, or while I was up and about, but like I'll be back my head on. Anyway, I'll be back. Something that just occurred to me is that I probably could have just ignored my FOMO entirely for this game and then just like waited like a year or even a few months to actually like play it. Like heck, I could have like still bought it at release date, but then like just waited to play it until granted, you know, yeah, like if I were a bigger streamer, okay, like if I weren't like a teensy tiny streamer, if I actually had like some influence and you know, cloud or whatever you want to call it, I might have actually considered the idea of like, okay, I'm not going to stream this game at launch. I'm going to wait until like a year, 6 months, 3 months, or whatever amount of time, so that I don't like become part of the hype machine. Influencing people to buy the game. And yeah, like would I recommend you buy this game? I don't know. Like it kind of, I mean, if you want to support the developers and if you're like me and you want to support the developers and you don't necessarily, you're willing to compromise some principles basically to you know, overlook the fact that you're like, in my mind at least, indirectly supporting J.K. Rowling. Like it's, I mean, Jesse Gender says it's directly supporting her, but like to me, like it's like my intention is to support the developers, and I cannot support the developers without also supporting J.K. Rowling. And like, who knows? I mean, it's never going to be disclosed whether or not she's getting like royalties or if she just was given a lump sum for licensing fees. That would kind of be the ideal situation, is if she just was given like, here's like, you know, $10,000 or something like that to cover the Harry Potter license. And she's not making a single cent out of individual sales. Like, that would be ideal. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Warner Bros. Games cannot disclose that, no matter how much they might want to. Because it would help to maybe alleviate things that, like, you know, basically in the sense that, like, I mean, regardless, the damage has already been done. The game is already selling. It's already doing gangbusters from what I've heard, so, like, that's another reason. You know, I'm not even a drop in the bucket. Like, I'm less than a drop in the bucket. Like, an atom in the bucket. A molecule, maybe, if I'm being a little... A water molecule. A single water molecule in the bucket. There's a certain dispersion of guilt going on here. I'm also not making any money off of the stream, so, you know, if I were, I'd be donating it to trans charities, but I'm not. I'm probably never going to monetize this myself. If there's any ads, that probably for the whoever, one of the numerous companies that probably owns a license for that. I still have like no freaking clue. Because like even if you're using like an actual like royalty-free recording of a song, Content ID might not even recognize that, you know, that from another performance of the same song that is copyrighted. Because like just because like even even though that is public domain, the performances of that can be copyrighted. Which is like kind of makes sense, but like if a performance sounds like another performance, then like your own performance of it is going to be, or like a non-content ID performance of it might be like registered as a cover of someone else's recording of it. I don't know. I have no clue how YouTube handles public domain classical music. Did I save? I'll just save again. Boss fight time. Like something the opposite of a dark mark. It's the light mark! Allergies!
You wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald, Professor Rackham.
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood, Professor Bakar.
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad. Especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year. I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morganach, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the Beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too. But we've never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganach.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
Sebastian!
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster.
But that being said, Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
Neat. We're gonna like staying there overnight again. Oh, again. Apparently.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood?
No,
makes
it's
no
not
sense.
serious. He's
It is
Finn.
rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Fig.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section, as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
In the second, they were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. Now I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
So I guess we did witness George's death, kind of? I mean, we like, it wasn't the fall that killed him, it was the... I mean, maybe the... I can't remember too much. Maybe he, like, actually was, like, directly killed by the dragons or something. But if he just fell out of the, I don't know. I guess we must have seen a death, because we can see, Festrals.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return.
Actually, that's
and
Whimsy's
don't
specialty.
neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Cool.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
I'll post. Apparently. Oh. It's all map. Most of the world is covered in fog, limiting what you can see. It's Silent Hill. Hamlets are small communities throughout the world. This is Hamlet, Lower Hogsfield. Hamlets provide new opportunities for vendors, full-flame side quests, and collectibles. As you explore, we'll remove fog and reveal more of the map, unveiling new opportunities like Hamlet's dungeons, bandit camps, and many other locations.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
There's just black leather gloves and blue leather gloves. That looks the most like something. It is actually, it does add defense. Or offense, rather. Interestingly enough. We're not going to change the title card again, though, so. Oh, we could. That kind of matches the vibe. Well, we're gonna look at the quest. Is set a waypoint.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was.
Woolly jumpers are a nightmare for getting in the truck.
I can't take revenge. I can't bring vigilante justice to the... Can I reparo? Probably not.
Reparo.
Oh, I can't fix it either. Okay.
Harry Pippin certainly steered me right back.
Studying hard? My parents visited a school once. All I can say is thank Mary against school policy to let them in the common room.
I need to get something to snack on. Keep our eye out for anything that might be, bees! Okay, we can't grab the bees.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Squirrel! Must collect squirrel. Why is it always raining when I go and travel out of Hogwarts? That's a disturbing trend.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Okay.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning. But I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll, and Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair, and the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
Assistance.
Hello? Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley. Of the Bath Pinch Smedleys? I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
Underwater adventure sounds like fun, I guess, but I don't have any gillyweed.
Diving into the lake sounds like an adventure. Tell me more.
Splendid! Precisely the response I'd hoped for.
What do you need help retrieving?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
You seem to think I might have heard of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. Why would I know of your family?
That's like asking why the sky is blue or grass is green. The Pinch Smedley name is synonymous with intellectual curiosity. We are known for our contributions to science and art. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, frankly. But with all I plan to discover about the world around us, those that don't yet know the name certainly one day will.
What exactly is an astrolabe?
It's an astonishing ancient navigational tool. Essentially, a handheld model of the universe. It's mainly used for studying the stars, astronomical pursuits, but it has nearly 1,000 uses. Fascinating device. Sadly, I'd imagine it's rusted beyond repair now. Still, we'd love to have it returned to us. It would be like getting a bit of my grandparents back.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule. My best guess is that it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back. I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see.
Do we need to, like, have gillyweed to make this work? Or to make this, like, at all practical to do?
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi!
Well, at least they're
Speak
responsible.
of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Yeah!
Oh, actually. You survived longer than expected. Ah, there you are. You will not survive this fight.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Well, let's just say Field Guy has been up to get a new enemy type.
Stop right there! Hang on, we can hold it up!
I'm not going anywhere.
You'll take this student over my dead body! Expulsum!
Arrow.
Back for more.
Cowards! Going up!
Tell Rookwood to find me inside.
You're easier to spot. How embarrassing!
Well, Ashley is already. Of course, there's the unforgivable curses, which we're never going to use because why the hell would we?
Please stop!
That's just pitiful!
Knew you would do.
Is that the best you got?
I'm not done with you. Release me.
Leviosa, head in the clouds, expulsum! Find where to run! Shine now! Leviosa, take over! Nice try! Reduction! I think that one hurt.
I know your kind. You weaken quickly.
Incendio!
You're a bit dodgy with your skills, aren't you, Reduction? Amateur! Expulsum! You haven't got... You just sold...
There you go.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
I Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
Who's Priya?
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff. Brilliant potioneer. Has her own shop in Knockturn Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were mere myth.
Mere myth? You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I'm not sure old vine-covered pillars are worth studying.
Well, I think anything concerning Merlin is worth pursuing, and I shall have you know, no one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked
I thought it was
a
more
crucial
information,
clue.
not the...
I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Merlin was a Slytherin. Interesting.
Word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Revelio.
Perhaps a spell might help us here.
Okay. Well, video shows that we're supposed to do something with...
Incendio.
Merlin's
flames make the pyre sink.
Curious. The pyres are back where they started.
Let's do them in this particular order.
Accio! Incendio!
Clearly, all three of these pyres are meant to be lit.
We need to do it very quickly.
Incendio!
Okay, apparently. Do it very quickly.
There, how beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
This looks intriguing.
Let's see, dungeon down here?
Incendio!
Well, that did something. Oh, I probably need to. I need Wingardium Leviosa, don't I?
Levioso!
It's Wingardium Leviosa, not Levioso. notes. Hello. Be stealing your stuff then.
Could it be a Merlin trial? Incendio! Lumos. Levioso!
Huh.
Incendio! Accio!
How can these Accio end?
Accio!
I wonder. Not sure if I have like everything I need for that. I might have everything I... Wait. Huh.
Levioso!
Okay, so...
Levioso! Accio!
Huh.
Levioso! Lumos! Incendio! Levioso!
That glitch that made it actually work? Why isn't Leviosa working this time?
Levioso!
Well, that's freaking. Any deal for distance?
Lumos. Levioso.
How did it make it work last time?
Levioso.
Okay. Apparently that was a fluke or a glitch that actually made it work.
Off on another adventure, are we?
How do we find our room? Like, surely there's a way for us to, like, actually sleep. Pretty sure this is not where our actual room is. That's a level 1 lock. I think keep on going into each of these rooms until we actually... We either find one that works or we just don't. We discover that, like, there's literally no way to just sleep, which is kind of weird. Right, now it's having the opposite effect. You can see it here too. Like, we have no legs in our reflection. Because we can't our legs are not actually being... In fact, it's kind of weird because we're like seeing... Our reflection is literally just... Like, you might as well not render reflections at all if you're going to render it that way. Because it's literally like... like... Yeah, it's literally like, it's... You can see this, right? It's not reflecting our back. It's reflecting... our front. I mean, I know this is a world of magic, so maybe it's just how mirrors work in the wizarding world. I think all the students have gone. Like, it's just... Yep, I don't think we could actually go to sleep in our own room unless it's scripted to happen, which is freaking weird. I don't think anyone sleeps.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Helena? Or... I can't remember. The one that had the diadem. Hmm. 1321 113. Face huggers?
What are you up to now?
You?
Good morning, Professor Garlick.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with our new student.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Mr. Garlic, how very popular you. Remember that strawberries are my favorite. As sweet as can be, it's no wonder muggles love them so much. Everything you cultivate seems to be such high quality. From bitterroot to berries, I do hope that my darling niece can learn this skill whilst under your tutelage. Nora so adores you, as do all your students, I'm sure.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange. Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
That was fun.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or roses?
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
Okay. Let me just wait 10 minutes.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there, but your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh, well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Typical Slytherin trick, dropping a dragon skull on someone during a fight. We Gryffindors fight with honor. And, Ravenclaws too. At least you did. Here we are, home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on, grab a few of those cabbages. Just mind your fingers. I almost lost a thumb once. Don't worry, Nurse Blaney put it back on. Trust me, you do not want to go through that. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Hold L1 and tap right to open the tool wheel. Huh. Oh.
Look at that! They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I was imagining it already.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
All of them. No one else sees them.
Revelio.
Dirigible plums. The orange radish-like fruit pulls upside down as it grows. Some believe it can enhance one's ability to accept the extraordinary. Oh, sorry. It was just... Can we... So you don't accidentally do that again.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves, I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I attended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damn hearing.
To make anything grow, we must first understand it. That goes for plants as well as friendships. Kindness and concern are as necessary in the greenhouse as in the Great Hall.
Well, he could wait 3 minutes to get more, didn't he? Anything else we can harvest while we're waiting for... This is really not a great mechanic. It's possible, like, I may do another, like, a review run at some point. I'll probably play a Gryffindor. Maybe an entirely different character, but... Because I just rather... to actually enjoy the game. Ah, it will grow another one. That's neat. Let's see here. We got more here. Oh, it's the additional neckwear. It is. It's not an improvement. It's just a little too sliverin. West.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
There are some impressive new brooms.
My house broom would do me fine.
There be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade.
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent, which he is.
I saw an aura badge on Professor Sharp's desk. I bet he knows more than he's letting on about the Goblin Rebellion.
Okay. Apparently we get gold by ransacking random chests we happen to come across.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
I'm imagining, or at least kind of hoping, that
My parents considered keeping me
the
home
quick
from
time
school
event
this year
type
after
thing
the
are
rules.
just.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
What do you want to know?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
A well-prepared there's a few potions on hand. Should not be that color, Miss McDowell.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about it more.
Fine job brewing your first Wiggenweld potion. But there are many potions yet to learn. This is going to be a busy year.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Proficiency in potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough.
Ah. So we have the ability to craft a Felix Police potion. Although, shouldn't that, like, take, like, frickin' forever to make? Granted, I think in-game it's probably not gonna take that long, but as long as it does in-universe. But if I recall correctly, you had to like. It takes like a year to brew or something like that. I can't remember exactly how long. Like, it takes quite a long time. Why do we have the brewing time as a mechanic? Like, I understand, like, I kind of understand the herbology thing. But the potions? It takes a minute to brew in the game. No. I don't understand why it takes any time at all in game, because you're just it's one of my axioms of game design is that waiting is not fun. Doesn't matter how short a time it isn't fun. If it isn't fun, it should not be in the game. And like, these brewing times are like short enough that it's not like terrible, but also long enough that it's pointless, like quite literally pointless. And those seconds are gonna add up.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah! Get it! Dragon Star! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Wasn't expecting that literally to blow up in my face. It was rather brilliant, though. I'd better clean out. You should finish brewing your potion if you haven't already.
Oh, sorry, Professor.
I brewed an Edgerus potion, as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Okay.
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'll say there is a fair amount of opportunity to roleplay. I'm not sure she would have told the Slytherin guy like the full truth. The only reason why I selected that is because she didn't. Whimsy does not like to lie. She mustn't tell lies. Like with the Gryffindor girl. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Like that was literally like trust. And also, like, we told the Slytherin guy, so, like, we can tell a Slytherin guy, we can definitely tell a Gryffindor guy. But, hopefully it's not gonna come back and bite us. I think I'm probably going to call it a night early. I guess it's scripted to happen like early on. It's not a repeating thing, which is a little unfortunate. But hey, like we managed to get a good screenshot. Yeah, you don't need to even get rid of the protector. We can just go over here. So as usual, there are a bunch of things you can do. That will take a few seconds of your time. So other things that are a little more involved, including Patreon and a YouTube channel if you happen to watch us on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, there are links in the description, including our Twitch channel. So, but regardless of what you decide to do, I thank you very much for watching. Until next time, sayonara.